Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney. Today we've got kind of a fun and exciting video. So I'm sure if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know of my love affair with Love Notions patterns. I test for them occasionally. I really love their patterns. They are a PDF only company, but they are very size inclusive. They do full bust fronts for a lot of their stuff, for most of their stuff really. I'm just a really big fan. I like the styles. They're fairly easy sews for most of them. So yeah, it's just kind of, they're good palette cleansers and just really good staple wardrobe items. So today I am here to share the exciting announcement that she is re-releasing the Rhapsody Blouse. If you've also been watching this channel for any length of time, you know that I love this top. I have made it twice before. On the old block. So she is re-releasing it in the extended size range. So it now goes up to from an extra small to a 5X. And when she did that, some of her older patterns were on her older block that she used to draft off of. So as she is extending the size range, she's also updating the older patterns onto the newer block, which are just a little bit, fit just a little bit differently. So she wanted to test all the sizes when she went through to test the new ones that she was adding, and so I was one of the testers. So yeah, so I'm here to talk about my 4 beloved Rhapsodies. So let's start. I'm gonna just go through, let me tell you a little bit more about how the pattern's changed. In addition to extending the size range, she's also added a dress option for this pattern. Now all of her patterns come in a wide myriad of variations. She always has a ton of different things that you can do with pretty much all of her patterns. This one is no exception. She's got 5 or 6 different sleeves. I'll pop a picture of the line drawing of the pattern up here. But with this re-release, she's also released a dress option, which seeing all the tester versions pop up is absolutely adorable. And that's probably going to be on my list of something I'm going to need to make at some point, because you all know how much I love this top. So I thought today I would go through all 4 of my versions that I've made and talk a little bit about the differences between the old block and the new one. Also wanted to note, if you've already purchased this pattern, it will just be in your file. The new updated pattern block and everything will be in your downloads, so you just have to go re-download it and you're good to go. Also, today she does her Friday giveaways. What does she call those? Her $5 Friday giveaways. And today the Rhapsody is $5 off. So today on Friday, April 24th, just for the day, the pattern is $5 only. I do have an affiliate link for it down below in the description box if you're interested. But if you are interested in this pattern, you don't already have it, I mean, $5 is a fantastic price. I love this pattern, so I would definitely buy it all over again if I had to. But yes, it is, yeah, it's pretty wonderful. Okay, so that's my whole thing. I think it's normally 12, 10 or 12. I think 12. But for today only, it is down to 5. And usually with re-releases, it will be discounted probably for the next week, I would assume, probably 20% off. But definitely grab it today if you don't already have it, because it's just fantastic. And the link's down below. All right, so let's start off. As I'm talking, I will show you pictures of me wearing the blouses. So this was the very first Rhapsody I made. I made it in a rayon twill, actually. This was a remnant I had from Blackbird Fabrics. You guys have seen this before if you've watched this channel at all. It actually is one of my colors, which surprised me. I actually made this before I had my colors done, and how well this kind of a, not really, it's like a mix between an ochre and a mustard. It's like a gold, I guess you would call it. But with these beautiful, got a little bit of hot pink, just a little bit, raspberry, I guess. And then the darker purples, which are also right up my alley when it comes to colors. I love this print and I love this top. So this one, I make a size medium, and I did the bishop sleeve. So it's got the elastic here at the about 3/4 length, but the bishop sleeve, and I'm trying to, yeah, that's just, and my elastic is twisted. That's annoying. Anyway, this is a size medium, and this is the standard bust. So this is not the full bust. I fall right on the line with her patterns, but the difference between my high bust and my full bust. So I tried this one out in the standard bust, and it was just a little tight kind of under my arms and across the back just a little bit. Although I like how this one fits me through the midsection better than the next one I'm going to show you. But I mean, I love them both, and they both get worn a ton. In fact, this one just came out of the wash. It has a beautiful pleat in the back. So the tightness was through the yoke, just a little bit. And it's really more right through the arm that I probably notice it more. And I think also my elastic might be just a hair too tight because it gets caught on my arm. So when I go to reach forward, where typically your sleeve has to be able to rise and fall on your arm, it'll get stuck on my I have like Popeye forearms, I don't know. It'll get stuck there, and I kind of have to yank it up a little bit, or otherwise I really feel pulling back behind the sleeve. But I think that might be an issue more with the elastic. But yes, love this version. This one gets worn a ton, and I love it with white just as much as I love it with things for fall, because, you know, this reads a little bit more fall. Oh, hello. You've decided to join me. With everyone being home right now, it's funny. She doesn't follow me around quite as much as normal because, especially it's lunchtime right now. So I'm sure someone's up there fixing food, and so she's up there begging. She's also very angry with me because she had to spend some time in the kennel today because I was setting up to film this and I accidentally pulled, the cords got tangled and I pulled one of my studio lights over and the bulb shattered. And when I say shattered, I mean that thing hit and went into 1,000,005 different pieces everywhere in my sewing room. I had to grab her. It got into my slippers that I was wearing. It went everywhere. So I grabbed her real quick, took my slippers off and tried to tiptoe out to put her in the kennel so I could get everything cleaned up. And I went ahead and vacuumed the whole, the whole sewing room while I was at it. And actually it looks very nice in here, but that was the catastrophe earlier today. So I think she's still angry that she had to sit in the kennel while I was cleaning that up. I did not want her stepping on any of that glass. All right, for number 2, you will also notice on all of these, most of them, she has you extending the bias for the neck finish down into like little ties that hang down, which I think is very cute. I don't know, I haven't been compelled to do that. So I finished mine off just right there at the V. So the second one that I've made that you guys saw in my great module sew along is this silk version. Again, it's the bishop sleeve. With this one, I used the full bust front. So I do think this one fits better. I don't have that tightness that pulls, but I also did, I didn't use her elastic recommendations. I just measured kind of the full part of my forearm and went off that when I was putting my elastic in. So I think that helps. This one's definitely fuller through the midsection than the first one was, but I mean, that's not bad. It's silk, it's nice and drapey. I do a half tuck on it anyway. We've got the beautiful V. This is a silk cloak, C-L-O-Q-U-E. So it's got a texture in there, which kind of makes it look wrinkly, but it's almost like a quilted texture. So it has a real beautiful hang, and I love this color. This is one of my absolute favorite colors right now. But yes, this was number 2, and you guys have seen this one quite a bit. All right, so when she contacted me to, or when I signed up to do the test, she assigned me the standard front instead of the full front, because she's made some changes to the block. So she's adjusted, the armhole has been adjusted in this, and I find it much more comfortable on my body. And actually, I think if I were to make this a 5th time, which, who are we kidding, I totally will, I will definitely use just the standard bust front, because now that the armholes issue has been fixed, with these short sleeve versions, and again, I don't have the elastic issue on these because it's a different sleeve, but I am very comfortable in moving, and I like the way that it skims my figure better than the full bust front. So first off, I made this version. Actually, I made this one with regards to giving this to my cousin. So she picked out the fabric because, just with this whole quarantine stuff, she's a single mom and has 4 kids. And so it's either her with all 4 kids at home or her without anybody at home if they're with their dad. So and she's a teacher, so she just has a lot going on in life right now. So I told her I would make one version for her when I was doing this, and she picked out the fabric. So this isn't really I'm steering away from pastels. I just find that they aren't bold enough for, now that my hair color is back to its natural color, I prefer something with a little more saturated. But I will show you what it looks like on, because this is actually a cotton voile, or a cotton lawn. It's probably a cotton lawn. I'll call it a cotton lawn. This is going to be gorgeous on her though. She's blonde, and she said she's really into mint and pink at the moment. So I'm actually going to send her a few more of my pieces that I made last year that are in more of the pastels that I'm just not wearing, because I just don't like them on with my hair, its natural color. I'm just not crazy about pastels on me anymore. So I think I'm just going to send all those over to her and let her pick through what she wants. We're very similar sizes. She's not as busty as I am, but you know, for the looser fitting things, I think that's fine. But yeah, so this was the first time I made it out of something not as drapey, because it's a cotton lawn, but I really like the way it turned out. I loved the short sleeve on this. And I love all the changes that she's made to the block. This is very comfortable. I mean, I'm gonna make this top a ton more times. I love a good Rhapsody. So there was that version. And then I think that was the first one that I made. And then she tweaked just a couple of things on the pattern. And I think one of them was a little bit more tweaking in the armhole. Maybe a little bit with, oh, she had quite a bit of contouring at the waist to give a waist. And I think she let that out just a little bit so that it wasn't quite so like severe. So that, yeah. So then I made this last version, also with the short sleeve. I really love the short sleeve. What a great like little summer t-shirt. Woven t-shirt. So this, you may notice the fabric. This is the leftover fabric from my dress that I did, that new look dress. I have no idea what the number is, that I did in March. So I had quite a, I mean, just enough actually of the solid of this batik rayon for the body of the shirt, but I did have to use just what little I had for the inside yoke of the other one. So my dress that I made is primarily this fabric with a little bit of the solid. So I was able to use up all the rest of this fabric, but I did the inside yoke, and then I like to use the bias tape finish, bias tape facing for my hems, because this is a shirt tail hem. So I used the fun polka dot, more patterned fabric for that, and then I used that for the bias binding on the inside edge of the neck too. And I think it finishes off. It's fun. It just finishes it off really nice. And this is the standard bust front again, and this one's just really comfortable. And I love the short sleeve. There's also a flutter sleeve option. This is not the flutter sleeve option. This is just the straight short sleeve option. So yeah, I love this. I mean, this is what a great color, not only for summer when you pair it with white, but because I think you can totally wear the darker colors in summer, but definitely when fall hits. Oh my gosh, layered with things. Yes, please. So there you have it. Those are my 4 Rhapsodies. I highly recommend the pattern, especially with the tweaks that she's made to the armholes. Again, if you've already purchased it, the new file will be in your downloads in your account on her website. You just have to re-download it. And then if you don't have the pattern yet, definitely grab it today, because it is $5 today. And if you don't get this in time, then I'm pretty sure it'll be on sale for a little bit. It usually is when she re-releases patterns, usually a 20% off sale on that pattern. But it is a fantastic woven shirt pattern. It's loose without being too loose. She has the full bust front option if you need that. And it's just the whole sleeve variations. You can make completely different looking shirts, you know, choose something with a little less drape for a totally different look than a fabric that's really, really drapey. Anyway, it's a good one. All right, that's all I have for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sunday starts a new sew along. We are doing the B6543, which is a see and sew wrap dress. I'm making a few changes to the pattern for my own personal preference, but I'll be going over the pattern alterations that I'm going to make, in addition to making a muslin of the bodice to show you. So I make adjustments that I know I'll need, and then I do a muslin, and then we'll do fine tweaking on the muslin for the final pattern. But we're doing that on Sunday. So, and then Tuesday I'm going to be back here talking about my favorite fabric stores, online fabric stores, and how I buy quality fabric online, as well as my favorite independent pattern designers. Yeah, just kind of go through my list. I've had a lot of requests for that. All right, that's all I've got for today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you're watching the daily vlogs, I'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll see you on Sunday. Have a good one. Bye.